Good afternoon, everybody. This is Heather / Hetty. Pretty much usually from Alive in Me. You'll also see me on Epilepsy Cures. And then you'll see me also on Facebook and, a few other places here and there. Seems as though just lately, because I've always been a prayer warrior, a lot of stuff has been going on. And I had this amazing lady, actually, I woke up to this posting on my site because she obviously sees that I'm a prayer warrior who goes out and, I'll glimpse and catch things. And when I do, it's just like, wow. And when you do, it makes you thankful, to be honest with you, that and to notice that, things could be really much more out of control, and really and truly Jesus has them in control. So when you take that focus, off yourself, which, I hadn't done for some time, and you focus on other people, in need and stuff, and, pray for them, it's just amazing how it helps you literally, even with all the, crazy stuff that you're going through, no matter if it's medical or not, it helps that be really lifted. And, you know, as long as, you don't take on, their stuff into your, not that you don't, as long as you don't feel responsible and be one of those who just, can't get over, not, and how do I put that? That you take it on and that you just literally have some sort of a, almost a depression mode that, you just focus, focus, focus. When you know that it's not you who controls it, but that it's God. And that prayer just is amazing, and that He hears, and loves it when you do pray for others. And that is what He loves. And that is when you do pray for these people who are going through so much. Makes your heart feel just so good. And like I said, makes whatever you're going through so minuscule. And, I begin to forget that it's next week. It's next, actually, Monday. It's a week from now. I'll actually have already been through the first part of my surgery, and they've already have been gone into my skull, taken a piece out, and put all these in-depth wires all throughout my brain and close me back up. And I will actually be blatantly honest. I've had that one done before. You go back, once you awaken and you, know everyone around you and you feel the pain and you can speak. They take you to the ICU for a night, and then they take you to your room, and you're just, you're in pain with those in-depth electrodes. For last time, was about a whole day after was utter pain. And then it was Tuesday night, it was lifting a little, began to eat actually, which was amazing. Wednesday was actually, I was able to half the day really function, but then my pastor came in to pray and I wasn't able to even barely. He's like, you don't need to talk, I'm just gonna pray. So but then Thursday, so that's, the fourth day, I was just Mrs. Talkative, Mrs. Eat Everything, and that's with all these wires stuck in my brain. It was hilarious. So that's the first part. And then usually it's like the following Monday, they go back in, they take all the staples out, they cut you back open, and they pull, more bone, they take that bone plate out, and then they actually go in and they cut out the parts of the brain that they can see that was, the parts that were able to be taken out safely and that were affecting, with my seizures. And it's phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing. But it's amazing how when I'm sitting here just seeing everything that everyone else has going on and I'm able to focus on that. and pray for them. You know, one of my best friends ever, Libby, she goes in on the 28th this week, just this, you know, a couple days from now. She goes in and she's having, it's called Mals syndrome, and it's MALS, all capitalized. And they go in, you know, they're going to cut like from breastbone down on her stomach, and they have to go deep past, you know, through everything into her, you know, way back into the back of her stomach, you know, because she has this, you know, ligament that basically got hatched up um, in the celiac area, and it was just tightly, you know, just tightly, and over the years got tighter and tighter, which so maybe snapped, and it's an aorta, so that part of the aorta maybe snapped, so they're gonna have to reconstruct all of that and pull that one area out, and then reconstruct the ligament. So a lot, and it's just gonna be there for about a week, and then may have to go to actually physical therapy, which is like actually in a physical therapy home. But no, she's not old. But she's beautiful, she's sweet, she's always on fire, and she's always just full of life. And she's, you know, I know she's a little nervous, so if you could send, her name is @Libby Talks. Send her a message, send her a prayer. She's just always full of so much light, and she's always had, you know, some stuff going on, but it's just like she's just always so still, always uplifting for other people. And you know, the one I have actually a site on Facebook open for is @Bentley Bryan. His daughter, Anna Grace, like I said before, had kind of a not so good night last night. And so we're going to be needing some prayers there too. Just very restless, very, you know, just things weren't staying in again. And so just want to definitely lift her up in prayer too. I mean, they've really gone through it all since the beginning of, you know, since she was brought into this beautiful world. So, but we know that he, you know, holds everybody. And gosh, you know, faith is just amazing, you know, when you hold on tight, you know, to Jesus, because there's this amazing family, the Wilsons. I believe it's actually the Wilson Heart is actually where you can find their postings. Otherwise, you'll see it on my site too, both the father and the family that I'm praying for. Their son Hosea. I'm not exactly sure how they personally pronounce it, but he was brought into this world with tragic heart issues, and then, you know, went through all these. I mean, he had to have a heart. He went through so much surgery, so much, you know, critical stuff. But they are just this amazing family that, you know, wanted, of course, to bring him home. They, you know, got him to that point where they could bring him home and actually be parents, you know, with their 2 daughters, and just, you know, be a family. And at the time, I know he had actually, you know, I think he had to have oxygen, I believe it was at the time. I have to relook that up. But he was moving along, he was doing great, and then 22nd, he had to go back into the hospital because of a fever. Then all of a sudden, like, everything got, like, okay, out, we got to check out this, and, you know, his heart stopped, and they had to, a couple days after they got to the hospital, heart just stopped, and they had to do CPR for, like, ever and a day, and he did go up and see Jesus yesterday. So prayers have been out there for them, and that's the Wilsons. And like I said, I believe it's actually the Wilsons. The Wilsons' heart was, I think it's the Wilsons' heart. But my posting's up on there right now. I don't have that written down. But anyway, so I'll be reposting prayer there, and they're on my Facebook as well. Prayers are up there too. So anyway, so with all of that, and of course, you know, our church home has, you know, Kate McCrae, and we're just praying for that right answer to jump out as to what to proceed with, you know, that remaining tumor, if it's cancerous, if it's not, what to do. and Matt Chandler, and that he just continues to keep doing what he's doing and how amazing he does it, and just an amazing pastor, and that he stays strong, through his will, with all the radiation chemo coming and that he's going through right now. But here's Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and of good courage. Do not fear nor be afraid of them, for the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. And that I know, and that I will just keep telling you. He will not forsake any of us. Just cling to Him through everything you go through. And knock on my door at Alive in Me or Epilepsy Cures, and I'll pray for you. God bless you all.